We understand that Dillon Gabriel needed to start. He's going to be 25 by December. He was in college for 6 years, played about 64 games. He's got some experience, and we know he can play, so let's see what he does. That's fair enough. The flip side, however, is this. Why you got Joe Flacco at QB2 when you know it should be Shedeur Sanders? See, this is the stuff that makes you think for a second and say, you know what? Politics. Because Joe Flacco is a stopgap for the young thoroughbreds coming in and making room for them, and he doesn't mind serving the role as mentor and all of that stuff because Father Time catches up to all of us, and he's no longer what he used to be, and so that's just the way that it's going to go. We all know this. Why are we tripping? Why are we acting like Shedeur Sanders doesn't deserve to be the QB2? Why are we acting like we're not going to see this brother before the season's over? Because unless Dillon Gabriel goes out there and play lights out, you know the Cleveland Browns are going to insert Shedeur Sanders at some point, and I think it's going to be maybe not sooner than we see that. So what's the problem? I mean, it's Shedeur Sanders here. Yes, it is Deion Sanders' son. Yes, maybe, just maybe, it should have been a little less talking. I don't have any problem with Shedeur Sanders telling the Baltimore Ravens he didn't want them to pick him because nobody is getting in front of Lamar Jackson, and he knows that. And maybe Deion shouldn't have represented them, or he shouldn't have been saying, you're going to go where I want you to go. If we don't like the team that picks us, then boom. Because we all know that Shedeur Sanders shouldn't have fallen to 144th in the 5th round. We know this. Okay? But in the end, it is what it is, and we can move on from there. All I'm saying is that Joe Flacco has proven to you that there's been a precipitous drop-off. And you really, really want him there holding a clipboard and mentoring the young dudes. You don't want him there as the QB2. Why are you acting like you do?
Now that you made the move, you go to Dillon. Shedeur's got to move up to number 2.
That's what I thought.
He's got to be number 2. You got to give. If Dillon is not doing it, he's not cutting it, not getting it done. You got to see what Shedeur can do.
You got to unload the clip.
Not go back.
I'm telling you, why'd you see what I tell you?
You got to unload the clip.
Why'd you see what I tell you? That boy gonna shock you.
I know. We already know.
I'm for
it.
It is week 4 of the NFL season, and the Cleveland Browns are falling apart in front of everyone. A 1-3 record, a fan base already fed up, and a veteran quarterback who looks old and washed. The offense is lifeless, the energy is dead, and hope, what's left of it, is hanging on one burning question. When will Shedeur Sanders finally get his shot? Joe Flacco was handed the keys in the offseason. A Super Bowl MVP in name only, now just a shell of his past. The Browns front office preached stability, saying Flacco's experience could hold things together while the rookies learn. But after 4 weeks, nobody is buying that garbage. Against the Lions, Flacco delivered one of the ugliest games of his washed-up career. 16 completions on 34 throws, 184 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 brutal picks. Every pass floated like a dying balloon. Every drive crashed before it even started. Fans who once tried to defend him now boo the moment his name is mentioned. Talk radio is on fire. Social media is flooded with hashtags. Just start Shedeur, juice bench Flacco, let the kid play. This isn't just about losing games. It's about losing hope. Cleveland fans have lived this nightmare before, and they know how it ends. Mediocrity, irrelevance, and another wasted season. But the real problem is that Flacco isn't just sinking the Browns. He's blocking 2 rookies from even getting a shot. First up is Dillon Gabriel, the 3rd-round pick who surprised everyone with a solid preseason. He's the official QB2. Then there's Shedeur Sanders, Deion's son, the so-called project, who somehow fell to the 5th round. To many fans, Shedeur is untapped potential, a cannon arm, crazy mobility, and swagger the team desperately needs. To others, he's just hype, raw and overrated. But one thing's undeniable, he brings attention. And right now, attention is exactly what the Browns need. Fans at the stadium are chanting his name. We want Shedeur. We want Shedeur. On Twitter and Instagram, they spam every Browns post with demands to see Sanders on the field. They post college highlights, claiming he's the spark this dead franchise has been waiting for. The fight isn't just online, it's everywhere in Cleveland. Some fans argue Gabriel deserves the first shot, that his draft status and preseason play earned him the chance. Others insist Gabriel is just safe, while Shedeur is the wild card, the lightning in a bottle who could actually change the team's future. Head coach Kevin Stefanski is stuck in the middle of a storm. Every press conference turns into a war zone. When asked if Flacco will stay the starter, Stefanski dodges. He won't commit. He mumbles about evaluating all positions and playing better as a team. Fans aren't stupid. They see blood in the water. That hesitation screams one thing. Change is coming. But what kind of change? If Flacco sits, does Gabriel step in? Or does Stefanski take the gamble the entire city is begging for and unleash Deion's son? Make the wrong call and Stefanski might not survive the season. Make the right one and he could save his job. Adding more fire to this chaos is Deion Sanders himself. The NFL legend hasn't said a word publicly, but everyone knows he's watching. Insiders whisper that if Shedeur keeps riding the bench, Deion might push for a trade. And why not? What's the point of sitting behind Flacco and Gabriel when half the league is starving for a quarterback? For the Browns, this is a dangerous balancing act. Play Shedeur, and you might unleash a franchise QB, or you might prove he's not ready. Keep him benched, and you risk losing him completely along with your fan base. Shedeur's draft slide only fuels the drama. Once projected as a first rounder, he fell all the way to the 5th. Scouts trashed his mechanics, doubted his decision-making, and claimed his college success was just Deion's system. But Cleveland fans don't care. To them, the doubters are few. They see Shedeur as a hidden weapon, a chip on his shoulder rookie ready to blow up the NFL. Inside the locker room, the tension is real. Veterans loyal to Flacco whisper that Shedeur isn't ready and warn that rushing him could wreck the season. But younger players, the ones who came in with him, rave about what he does in practice. The zip on his passes, his ability to escape pressure, the way he carries himself like a star, even without playing a snap. There's no open rebellion yet, but the divide is there, simmering under the surface. And now, the national media is circling like vultures. ESPN, FS1, late-night debates, all hammering the same question. Why isn't Shedeur Sanders playing? Colin Cowherd praises patience. Stephen A. Smith screams that the Browns are wasting their shot. Suddenly, the Browns aren't just another losing team. They're the center of a national circus. And Shedeur Sanders is the headline. Time is running out. The trade deadline is November 4th. If Shedeur is still benched, teams like the Raiders, Commanders, or Patriots, all desperate for a QB, could come knocking. For Browns fans, that's a nightmare. They don't want to see Shedeur blow up somewhere else. They want him to save Cleveland. And so the pressure keeps building. Every loss, every pick, every 3 and out only makes the chants louder. Start Shedeur. Start Shedeur. Start Shedeur. Now the Browns are at a breaking point. They can cling to Flacco, the washed-up vet. They can play it safe with Gabriel. Or they can light the fuse and unleash Shedeur Sanders, the controversial rookie, the son of a legend, the quarterback this city has been begging for. One road leads to the same old mediocrity. Another gives answers, good or bad. And the last one, that's the chaos option, the drama, the risk, the path that could finally give Cleveland the quarterback it's been waiting for. For now, Shedeur stands on the sideline, helmet in hand, eyes burning with impatience. The chants are growing, the pressure is boiling, and the question is no longer if he plays, it's when.